Welcome back to my channel. I am Dr. Renee Sunday, and what we're going to talk about during this session, we're going to talk about laser targeting. You're going to laser target. That's very important as being a business owner. You're going to laser target your audience for a busy entrepreneur. So stay tuned. You're going to find out how to laser target the podcast that you actually need to be on for your actual for your interview. I am Dr. Renee Sunday. I am the platform builder. So what I do is help people increase their visibility so they can be seen, be heard, and get paid. And we do that via podcasting, publishing, and media exposure. So I want to dive in because a lot of business owners out there, they want to stand out. They want to get their mission across. They want to get their services, products and services. They want to hear the ching ching, right? So they want to be what I always say. They want to be seen, they want to be heard, and they want to get paid. So we want to talk about that because there are strategic strategies of how you find podcasts. It's a laser targeting in regards of what's best for your business. Because guess what? Podcasting is the thing that you need to do. Because guess what? Did you know this statistic? Research actually shows that 75%, and I said 75% of what you actually hear versus what you read, you retain. So people will remember your business and services if you actually have a podcast, or if you're a business owner and you want to actually be on other platforms. Now, me and my business with the Dr. Renee Sunday show, I do both. I love being the host, and I love actually, guess what? I love actually being on somebody else's platform as well. Now, when you guys come in, make sure you like and share so other people can actually get this great information, because this information, I know everybody has a purpose. I know that. We don't even have to go there. But if you actually have a business idea, we need to get that seen by people. You know, I think I can't remember who actually said this, but if you have an idea, you do inspired action to make it happen. But then when you have the idea, you actually want people to buy your products and services, right? You know, also, you know, if you make mistakes along the way, but at least you actually tried to do it, okay? That's the thing. Welcome, Natasha. Welcome. Oh Lord, Miss Kamara. For me, I pronounce your first name wrong. But the thing about it is, you have to have your mission and your vision, right? But then you do want people to actually buy your products and services, right? So this is what we're going to talk about. And people laugh at me when I say it needs to be laser focused. It does need to be laser focused. Do not make the mistake that I did when I first started in business, right? When I went from anesthesia. I'm still an anesthesiologist for 20 years. Whoop, whoop. But now I do a lot of things besides that. And people always ask how that system worked so easy peasy. Well, it works because I have a great team that makes me look good. But then also, when I do things, it's laser focus of what I do. So my podcast that we've been doing, you know, I started off in radio in 2013. We evolved into 2016 into podcasting. Then guess what? It has increased me many speaking opportunities, many clients that I've actually have been able to sell my products and services. But you know, we're impacting other people. So when you impact other people and they see themselves in you, they're willing to invest. Now, there will be some people that want everything for free, but that's not what we're doing, right? We want to actually get paid for our products and services. So we're going to talk about three things just real quickly. We're going to talk about, Dr. Sunday, okay, you want us to be laser focused as, you know, in our business. If you're actually doing interviews, Google is our friend, right? But we can actually go directly to iTunes. You can go directly to iTunes, and iTunes, you can look up if you want to be on a business podcast, if you want to be on a mompreneur podcast, if you want to be on a spirituality podcast. If you want to actually it's several podcasts over there that's motivational, inspirational. It's some over there about workout. You see what I'm saying? Hey, baby, how you doing? So guess what? If you want to actually healthy living, health and wellness is really big, okay? The thing about it is you have to have your secret sauce of what you're actually doing. So let's say you're launching a product that actually helps with skincare. It helps people to have smooth skin. So who's your avatar? It could be men, it could be women. You know this already, right? Hey, Yolanda, what's going on? Hey, Minister Lodge, how you doing? The thing about it, you know what it is, right? So if your products and services just for women, maybe you should be on it's many over there, women podcasts, okay? But don't limit it to that. You always have business owners, that's women. As we know that women are actually really changing the game out there in regards to businesses, right? You know, women businesses are really is actually outweighing males. But let me tell you what we need to do as women. Let me say this just real quickly. We need to make sure we maintain our business, that we actually keep it profitable. That's where our counterpart has actually kind of they got us in that, okay? There are a lot of businesses we make, but we don't allow it to stability. We have to, because of many reasons, right? So the first thing is, I told you, let's jot this down, go to iTunes and look up the different business that you're in. You could be doing hair. There are blogs over there that does hair. There are blogs over there for business. I really like the blogs that actually, stress relief. They have those over there. They have it if you're in the medical field, if you're in the paralegal, if you actually, it gets real nichey there. They actually, people that even talks about, in regards of the afterlife, okay? What happens, after we die, after we pass away. Grief is so many different, but you need to make sure if you are selling bundles that you don't contact a pet. You know what I'm saying? Don't contact a pet, right? A pet podcast. Please don't do that, okay? Because you're wasting your time and you're wasting their time that you haven't checked out what they actually do. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, what do we do next, Dr. Sunday? I just alluded to it just briefly. We need to actually go to their actual website or they actually podcast information to find out what they offer, because you need to know what their mission is, their vision, right? You need to know how long the show is. Do they pre-record it? You may not get that pre-recorded information until they actually approve you to be on the podcast, but you need to know how long it is. You need to know the type of people. Listen to some of their podcasts, so you'll know what type of guests, and you'll know the flow action of their podcast. With our podcast, Dr. Renee Sunday Show, I do what's called freestyling. But I have no problem going with, if someone wants particular questions answered, you know what I'm saying? We can do that on our podcast. The reason I do that, because I have really, not to boast, but I'm just being transparent. I've been really blessed and grateful that I actually can bring the good out of people. What I try to do is allow people to see your greatness, allow someone to see your genius, allow someone to see what you actually offer. Because people, you know how it is today. It's a microwave society, right? But we need to make sure that the person, we can trust them. Now, you may not get that in a short podcast, but you're going to say something that they resonate with. Okay. Now, everybody is not going to like you. It's okay. That, I always say, let me draw the people that actually can be in my circle. The ones that don't, they can, let's keep it moving. Okay. So we want the people in our circle that actually we can actually impact each other. You want to be able to, encourage them and motivate them to obtain their dreams and goals in life. And then you want the reciprocal. But you always have to keep in mind that everyone is coming from where they are. And everybody's coming from a different place. Someone may be coming from, they've had a background that they don't want to talk about. They may be coming from a background that they do talk about, but something sparks them that they actually don't act their character. So we have to be mindful that we have to meet, and I'm in ministry as well. We have to meet people where they are and respect them where they are. And what you do, you be grateful to be where you are. Let me just be real, okay? So anyway, that's number one, was go to iTunes or Google. It's much easier on iTunes. I'm just telling you. Or on Block Talk Radio. I missed that. Sorry. Block Talk Radio, SoundCloud. But the easiest one is actually on iTunes, because everybody wants their podcast. Even ours there, Dr. Renee Sunday Show is on iTunes. We're on a lot of different platforms actually. But then the second thing, you need to know something about them. Now, the good thing about going over to, guess what? The good thing about going over iTunes is you're going to see this little email that's hyperlinked. Guess what? That's their contact information. Now, that'll be the same. Most websites have a contact button or a contact page. But the great thing in iTunes, guess what? You just click that button, and then you're going to send them an email. And I'm going to talk about that email here in a minute. And guess what? You're cooking with gas. You see what I'm saying? Yes. So jot your notes down, go over to iTunes, pick up about 5 of them, 5 of them that's in your niche, research them to see if they are a great fit for what you believe in. Okay. And then go to click that button so you can send them an email. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, Dr. Sunday, okay, all that you talking about sound good, but what do I say in the email? Well, I actually have that for you. You actually, simple is better. Be very limited in what you say. Now, people love compliments. That's everybody. Everybody loves compliments, right? So that's why I actually told you to listen to some of their podcasts, because what you can do, the great thing is you can listen to their most recent podcast and say, let's say even our podcast, say, hi, this is, I want to actually get some information about being a guest on your podcast. I listened to your last session, which you know what the name that is, plug that in, and then say that I really learned, bop, 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 bop. People love 3s. So at least 3 things that you learned from their last episode. Now, the great thing about it is that means that they know you have taken the time to listen to their podcast. The great thing about podcasts, you can listen to them in your convenience, right? You could be still doing housework. You can still be driving. You can be still working out. You can be still laying across the couch, right? Convenient, right? And as I said earlier, research has shown us that 75% of the people that actually hear your information remember about your business, your products, and your services, and actually what you actually bring to the table in this world. Okay. So after that, you're going to say, then you're going to tell them just briefly what you do. I'm interested to see if your audience will see value in learning more about the 3 stages of grief, which is more than that. But, what you'll say is, you'll focus on the top 3. Or the first 3 in order. Or you could say, I want to know if your audience will be interested in how to take care of their hair without going to the hair salon. See, you already know what they stand for, so you'll know if that actually works for them, right? Now, if it's a business, you could say, I want to actually share the topic of how I made, let's say, $200,000. It could even be $50,000. How I made $50,000 in Facebook ads. I want to share how I made $50,000 in my drop shipping store that I just opened less than a year. You see what I'm saying? So you got to have a hook. And this is just like media, TV media, when I say that, okay? You have to do the same thing with the podcast, okay? All right, just to recap for anyone that just came in, we're talking about how you as a business owner, as a podcaster, and as a business owner, how you can do laser targeting of how your audience, how you can actually expand and actually get more potential clients that you can promote and sell. Guess what? Your products and services. So a ching ching, right? We need to make some product. Now I actually have a little link that's going across that you can, if you're interested yourself of learning how to actually launch a podcast, you know, because I'm telling you, I took a whole bunch of courses. Okay. Me and YouTube is our best friends. He's in the family. Okay. I just call him, no bias on that. And then Google is my sister. Okay. So I've done the lead work, and I want to let you know the things that I have made a mistake, so you won't make that mistake, right? You see what I'm saying? So please go to that link. If you want to get the checklist, which is podcastwinning.com. We actually also, if you're interested, we do have if you want to say, Dr. Sunday, let me just, a checklist, okay, but let me just go on to this masterclass. Just inbox us, okay? And I'll give you the information about the masterclass. It's over an hour of training, and it's also a workbook. So, and it actually gives you the how. You know, we give you the how to do it, actionable steps. Okay. All right. Wait, Mr. Moore. Okay. Yes, sir. We will reach out to you. But so you guys, let's recap. The recap is, Dr. Sunday, how do I do this? Okay, I'm a podcaster. I do podcasting, but I don't even know how to get my podcast information out. And then I'm a business owner. I wrote a book. I actually have a great vision for my nonprofit, but I don't know how to get it out. I just gave you 3 amazing tips that you need to actually do. Even this works in your church. If you actually want to expand and let other people know about the things that your church is doing on a daily basis. Number 1, we got to go to YouTube. We got to go to iTunes. We got to go to Google. We got to go to Blog Talk Radio. We have to go where the information is. And it's actually, everybody has this right here, right? Yeah. Everyone I don't know too many people that don't have a phone, because now you can, as many different plans out there that you can do with getting your phone, right? Okay. So number 1 was go to those different platforms. Look in the genre that works for you, that resonate with you. If it's business, motivation, spirituality, music. Okay. So please don't contact an animal podcast and you want to talk about something totally different. Okay. Now let me say this. I have actually been on an animal podcast, but guess what I talked about? I talked about pet grief, because I am a grief counselor. You see what I'm saying? Because the mom and dad and the family of the pet, when the pet passes away, they go through the same grieving process. You go through the same grieving process when you lose your job, when you lose a loved one, when you're in a difficult situation. Okay. And we know what we're doing right now. Difficult situation. It's the grieving process. It works when if a family member or it's somebody else, but it's ways to deal with that. Okay, and conquer that. I have a book on that if y'all want to know more about that. It's called Sunday Grief MD, and I'm actually launching a whole program on that, because this what we need to be able to conquer and go through the situation. That in my book, I always say of a light bulb experience. And Dr. Sunday, what is that light bulb experience? That you know that your loved one wants you to actually enjoy life. And so it's steps that I give for that. Okay. But anyway, and then stress, we got to keep that stress down. I talk about that a lot in my different medical books as well. So the last thing, the second thing, you need to listen to what their podcast is about, know what they stand for, know how long it is. Please know how long it is, because some podcasts out there are 4 hours and it's live 4 hours. Okay. The secret sauce that's out there is actually, if you're a podcaster, is 12 minutes. Most of mine is about 12. Some of them run up to 30 minutes, but the sweet sauce is 12 to 15 minutes. Okay. So you can actually write that information down. And then the last thing is, I told you the script of what you actually need to put in your email. And I'm guaranteed the people are going to write back and say, I was glad for you to be on our podcast. Now, if any of you guys want to be on my podcast, the Dr. Renee Sunday Show, let us know. You can inbox us or go to our website, reneesunday.com. So I know let me know if you guys enjoyed this information. You can give me some hearts, or you can leave a comment over on YouTube. If you're not on our YouTube, please check us out on the YouTube. Look up Dr. Renee Sunday. And it's actually under Dr. Renee Sunday Show. And on all social media, I'm at Dr. Renee Sunday. Okay. And actually, I'm on TikTok, So I think I'm Dr. Renee on TikTok. Yeah, because over TikTok is very short. The user ID. Yeah. So I'm excited to hang out over there with the young people. But I'm glad you guys tuned in for this information. We'll be continuing to have different sessions that we actually give you nuggets and information that you actually, me too, can make wise decisions. But I really want to let you know that you do have a calling. You do have a reason you were born. We all have to do three things. We have to believe, we have to trust, and we have to walk it out. We have to, the rest. We have to don't stop. We have to get it. And what are we getting? We're getting our purpose, and we're getting our purpose now. Yes, get our purpose now. And we got to don't stop, get it. Don't stop, get it. Yes, I love to dance too. Okay, but I love you. I'm grateful that you stopped by. But you know what? Don't give up. You have so much greatness inside that people need to know about you today. All right. I love you. Don't get a chance to check out that podcast checklist. And if you want the master class, just inbox us or send us a message through our, you can send a message, DM us on Facebook. You can send us a message through our website, reneesunday.com. You know how to get in touch with me, but the easiest way, it goes down in the DM, right? Now, if you want to actually go on, say, Dr. Sunday, I'm ready to launch this podcast. Okay, we got you. So go to profitformula.com, but you could inbox us and just see what you need. Okay. And then we'll go from there. But I love you guys. We'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.